YouTube. So I've been here since 8:45 this morning, and I've seen, it's now 11:15, 11:20. I've seen one squirrel, one. All the usual places are absolutely dry as this morning. And that one squirrel, I chose a different seating position this morning to see if I can't get a little bit better view, and it didn't turn out that well. But the one thing that did happen is that where I was sitting is kind of nestled in a elbow of a dry creek bed, and it's pretty dark there. I could see 130 degrees of shooting, even though the sun is very strong that early in the morning, obviously, especially today, no clouds in the sky. So I was sitting in this creek bed, and seeing that even when you breathe, the leaves, and you can see them at the moment, the floor is just covered in leaves. And this squirrel didn't see me. I'm sitting here all as I am. My gear's all cam. My FX Boss there, all camouflaged. My backpack. Even my shooting sticks here. So everything's cammed. All 3D stuff. And this squirrel climbed down the bottom of the tree, and I heard something behind me. And I turned around, and he's literally 3 feet from me. Maybe 5 feet, 6 feet. I turned so slowly, though, he didn't realize he was facing the other way. And then as soon as I turned my hips and moved some leaves, he just bolted, scared the honk out of him. So I moved back to my normal position. You can see here I've got a 26 yard, got 22 yards that way. If I lie prone, I've got 35 yards that way. There's about 4 or 5 trees there. They tend to stay away from these ones here. Then I've got a couple of trees here. I've got 30 yards, 45 yards. I've got the big one I call the Tree of Souls. That's 35 yards. It's very obstructed, but still I've got a couple. I've got these ones here. That V'd one is about 35 yards, and the one through that is 52 yards. And then I've got the creek trees. A big V creek tree there. That literally, the 2 that I've shot over that, the squirrel has gone into the creek and I've had to fish it out. And I got about 16, 17 yards, and I've got on the other side of the creek, I've got 46 yards. And then on the other side of the tree, and obviously into the sun, I got 20 yards, 25 yards. So that's more of an afternoon shoot. So I've done some maintenance of, just sitting here if they're not going to come out. And I'm enjoying this day. It's a beautiful day here in Anna, Texas. So I'm not too worried about anything. I've had there's a tree 90 yards away, and I'm having a look at pellet drop. Since my FX Boss is still pretty new to me, I had a 22 before that. Gamo Urban, brilliant. Seriously, got me into PCP air gunning. If you want to spend $400 on an accurate rifle, Gamo Urban. I'll put a picture of that. Also 3D camoed in the description here. Had the Gamo Urban 22, 770 feet per second with 14.3 grain Premier hollow points. Really good. Had mostly headshots, just a couple of shoulder and heart lung, and then 2 body shots over a period of about a month and a half, 2 months that I was using it. And then I got the FX Boss 30 caliber 825 with the current JSB exact 50 grain. I've got 5 tins, you get one free at the moment. Air Guns of Arizona 44.3 grain JSB exact. They're coming single shot tray because I do have a tin of Predator polymags that I can't use at the moment because single loading them when you don't have the single load tray is a pain in the butt, especially with gloves on, doesn't make it easier. We got so that's all coming, so doing a lot of testing with that today. I'm looking at that 90-yard tree and I'm shooting at the 90-yard, shooting at my 25-yard and seeing point of impact, changing the zero just a little bit, not shooting at the zero but just changing the zero. Got my Strelock Plus app out. Yesterday I went to Academy Sports and once again everything's 3D camoed with me. I've got the new Halo 500 XL 500 laser sight. I actually got this one. It was, I believe they're discontinued because this one was the demo and it was $99 marked down to $89 in packet, and then I got this one for $50. It wasn't even the current demo one being used. It's really good, it's ergonomic. Really like the way it fits in your hand. I actually went in because my old rangefinder ran out of battery and ended up, instead of paying $20 for 3 batteries, I get a brand new one, and the guy gave me an extra battery as well, so pretty good deal there. But I've been testing this out. It's got, with the Strelock Plus app, it's got elevation as well, so I've really been looking at my tables in my Strelock app. Elevation, how much that changes and stuff. Still pretty new to air gunning. I am ex-military, but with the job that I had, if I was A, pulling my trigger, we weren't having a good day, and B, everything was mostly 25 to 55 yards, so it was just a red dot scope. So I never really did any of the long range stuff, so the Strelock Plus app and the South African kid, sorry, I will remember Ted's holdover, Ted helping out heaps, really watching the videos and doing stuff like that. So a lot of that today I've been playing around with and getting used to that. Yesterday I had my first headshot with my FX Boss. I've been taking arms off, and that really bothers me, so really working on actually looking at that and looking at where the pellet is actually hitting the animal. So a lot of that was today, since no one's home. Maybe because I took a couple of them out yesterday, they never come back the day after. This is the first time I've done 2 days in a row. I do have 100-yard, other way. I do have 100-yard range on my buddy's property over there, and next week I'm away, but the week after I'll probably get out there on the range and do some real serious, get a box with reactive targets on it, and really look at how my guns pellets drop. Air Guns of Arizona, everything you've seen comes from Air Guns of Arizona. Today, great guys, but unfortunately, and as half of you probably know, they're out of JSB exact 44 grain, so I'll be doing the 50s until they come in. Predator Polymag, my single shot tray, should come in next week. Other than that, I've been doing a little maintenance. I've decided that when I shoot this way, I'm going to lie prone, and to do that, I've got a pretty steep, that's my bag, I get this pretty steep slope here. So as you can see, I've got this, I found this branch and I've shoved it into the tree, and it just happened to be broken in a kind of a spear point, and that fit right there. You might be able to see, I don't know how well you can see this, some sliding feet marks. That was yesterday. I tried to do it yesterday with without that branch, and I just kept sliding, filled my shirt up with dirt a few times, but just having it on, you know, and I've got the camo cushion as well, so when I go prone, I just put that camo cushion like that, right, like a bench rest, and then I can shoot all the way out there. And you've got, as I said, you've got some trees. You've got 28 yards there, you've got 32 yards there, that black one off to the right, 35, and even though it looks like there's a lot of sticks in the way, there's not. There's some really good branches, and I can see all the way through to them, so that's it's actually a really good position. I can't lay prone that long, but it's all good. Next week there's a creek that runs, Hurricane Creek in Anna, Texas, if you guys want to Google Maps, whatever. It runs all the way along there. I think it goes for about 30 miles. It's 20 feet wide, maybe 30 feet wide, about 3 feet deep in most places. Slows down a bit every now and then. But there's also a fallen tree, a little bit too deep and too wide for me to want to get my boots dirty. But there is a fallen tree that I'm pretty sure can take my weight, and it's not rotted. And when I get back from holidays next week in spring break, I'm going to see if I can go over there and see if there's any good shooting positions there as well. So it is, as I said, it's a beautiful day today. I'm glad I came out. So anyway, that's it. Have a good day.